Happy New Year's, sort of. So it's been a couple of days since the announcement was made, but Shibuya Ward predictively has decided to cancel or suspend the countdown party for 2025, 2024, 2025 on Hachiko Scramble. This is the city's official, Shibuya being one of the 23 wards within Tokyo, policy, decision that, it's a massive amount of people. Check this out. This was in 20, sorry, it's a little blurry photo, 2019, 2020. This is the last time that they held it. And just the Hachiko Scramble was just packed with people. You can see here down there on the bottom, you see the Coca-Cola was one of the sponsors, I believe. You can see 2019 to 2020. Ton of people there. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of fun. It's one of those events that if you are in Tokyo at this time, this is where you want to be, maybe, because it's one of the hottest spots where everybody knows Shibuya's Hachiko Scramble, but not this year. And this is following a Halloween, where they had Halloween events in the past. They also suspended those this year, and it was kind of predictable that that would happen, right? I mean, we all saw that kind of coming, right? I think we kind of did. But anyways, it's not such a big deal. You're going to be able to find tons of other places. My suggestion to you is to go to the temples and the shrines, because that is, in particular, the temples, because that is where they ring the bell 108 times. You got the media blitz and the sponsors of Shibuya. Forget that. It's time, if you're in Japan, connect with nature, go to the temples and the shrines. If you're in Tokyo, Asakusa's Sensoji Temple, I've been going there for years, and you can see them in the live streams. Lots of people go there. The reason why is because if they line up, there's lots of people lining up for the first prayer of the year. I'm doing this as a prayer. I got the other hand holding the gimbal. So that's a great place for you to be able to do something that's very cultural and also celebrate New Year's. And there's always going to be a ton of people there. Even during the pandemic, there were a ton of people there. I said the P word. YouTube's going to put a little waiver now. The other place that you could go is in front of Shiba Park, which has been the spot for Tokyo internationally when cable news networks show where Tokyo's countdown party was. In the past, before Hachiko was the place, they did it in front of Shiba Park at the temple there. And this is not with Tokyo Tower in the background, and Tokyo Tower will read 2025 on the top. And that's maybe the place to go. And they ring the bell 108 times, which is what the Buddhist temples do inside of Tokyo. Highly recommend doing that. And you can go also to the Tokyo Skytree, and you're going to see Tokyo Skytree celebrating there. Or get a ticket to one of the dozens of parties that are going on the top of these building tops. A lot of them have restaurants up there, and all the restaurants at the top of these buildings, maybe not that one, but they're all holding like New Year's events, because they can make quite a bit of money, and the champagne flows pretty freely, and everybody's counting down, and you get a nice dinner. And if you're with a romantic partner, you can have some fun with that. So, hey, don't say that word. How dare you? So Time Out also wrote about this. They're the big site to get your information about Japan. Tokyo Cheapo is my favorite, but I scout the Time Out too. They have a nice photo, compliments of Coca-Cola, of what it was like. It was just chaos. There were 100,000 people here. It's not comfortable. It's not Times Square. There's no tradition for doing this, right? I'm trying to have a little trouble there. This year, two of Shibuya's most popular nightlife districts, Shibuya and Shinjuku, started cracking down on party gatherings and public drinking over Halloween to tackle rowdy behavior. Additionally, Shibuya has taken a firmer stance on all this stuff. With that in mind, Shibuya is not hosting any celebrations to ring in the 2025 New Year either. As reported by the Asahi Shimbun newspaper, Shibuya Ward has stated that the hosting of it at the Scramble due to safety concerns. This is not surprising, as Shibuya previously suspended New Year's Eve festivals in 2020 during the COVID-19 blah 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 blah. Ever since then, the ward has not hosted any New Year's celebrations, claiming that large gatherings in the area could become a safety issue. Very true. New York City, I don't know why they keep doing that countdown and why all those people waiting. They wear diapers and wait in the rain for a ball to fall. Hey, more power to you if you think that that's your cup of tea. New Year's Eve celebrations at Shibuya Crossing started back in 2016. It is not a tradition here. In 2018, a whopping total of 120,000 people were reported to have gathered around from a world-famous landmark to ring in the new year. So far, there's no news whether Shinjuku will be following suit. I think that they might. They're like brothers and sisters, siblings. But if we hear anything, we'll keep you posted. That comes from and you know I will too. That comes from Time Out, and I'm sure Tokyo Cheapo, my favorite site, tokyocheapo.com, will also have some information on this as well. I'm a big supporter of them because it's local. It's a local business. It's a local business. Yeah, I really don't have too much else to add to it. It's not really a surprising thing here. The Japanese news picked this up as well. I've been watching this pretty closely to kind of. I was curious to see how they would do this, and yeah, it says here this year's countdown party is the 5th year of the suspension, is what the title of this is. I think it comes from Yahoo News source, but essentially, yeah, this is going to be canceled from 2016 to 2019. They had the event just for three years, and then it's been officially canceled for the last 5. But a lot of people come here and they think that this is the place to go. But there's good, you know what? Maybe it is. There's some really good bars, and there's some places that you can get tickets for in order to. So there's some really good places that you can go inside of local businesses to count down private places. But you could also drink on the street. However, they really are cracking down on that because manners go down. And in light of all the IRL streamers that publicly broadcast their rudeness and law-breaking behavior, like Japan basically learned from them that this stuff's going on too. They have the proof right there on their phones. So look at all those smartphones. This is from 2019, 2020, right before the you-know-what hit. It's crazy. Look at all the people with those old smartphones. But it was Shibuya Ward made the decision, and I kind of support it. I think that New Year's in Japan is not such a big thing like it is in the West. The countdown parties are not such a big thing, but I want to hear your perspective. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this. Is this a lost opportunity for Shibuya? Think about all the money that they're going to save on all the police overtime, which is totally unnecessary, and all the other problems and the cleanup afterwards that's associated with this. And the residents don't want it anyways. I think it's sort of a win-win-win. But if you're coming here for New Year's, I think it's kind of a unique time. A lot of stuff is closed at that time. But you should also consider, doing it the Japanese way. And Japanese typically do not go out to countdown parties on the street. I was here for 25 years, and I remember my first New Year's, I left Japan. It was because I had holidays for Shogatsu, so I left on the 28th to Bangkok, and I arrived, it was 1998, 1999, and I celebrated on the streets of Khaosan Road. It was a lot of fun, and it was a countdown party, and then for 1999 and 2000, I was in Sydney, Australia. That was a lot of fun too. And then when I moved back to Japan, there was no more countdown parties after that. It was kind of a buzz. It was kind of a letdown, and I said, why don't they do things the Western way? Well, now after 26 years after living here, I kind of understand. You don't need to do the countdown parties. Families here will watch NHK at home, and then they will go to sleep. And some of the people will, how you doing? You want to say hi? No. Okay. They'll watch NHK and go to sleep and wake up and go do the morning prayer at their local temple or shrine, which still has a line. Even the local ones do. But if you are in Japan, I would recommend probably go to a temple or a shrine. And there's usually food stands there. There's usually a lot less people, and you're gonna really enjoy. And Gil's here. Gil, I'll try to get in touch with you. It's been pretty crazy the last couple of days. But you're going to get a more cultural experience than going into a countdown party in the center of Tokyo where there's 100,000 other people. If that's your cup of tea, you're like 20-something, maybe that's cool for you. I think you better go to Asakusa where they got street food. They have a lot more space to walk around. It's more comfortable. You can do your morning prayer. You can do your first prayer, Hatsumode, the first prayer of the year. And you can get some really cool pictures with locals. And I think that is what it's all about in Japan. And the ringing of the bell 108 times for the spirits and the story behind that. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you.